Yeah, they are. It's a super interesting. Everything's changed in the last few years. We were just talking off air a little bit about the idea of we do have just now new words to describe stuff that's been happening for a long time, and we were mentioning durability. Durability training has been around for as long as there's been wheels on bikes, I'd say.
Yeah, it's been around since the 80s or the 90s, I think. But back then we didn't know, we didn't have a word for this term. For example, a really famous Italian coach was asking his riders to do a 20-minute test after a warm-up, then do a 4-hour ride, a specific loop, and then repeat this test. So what they did back then, they did a 20-minute test in a fresh state and a fatigue state after having spent around 3,000 kilojoules. But back then we didn't have the tools and the means to measure all this work. So it existed since so many years, but now it's just a new trend.
Is it a trend you're buying into? Is it something you think there's? I guess we can separate trends with substance and trends that just kind of come with a marketing campaign and no substance.
No, it's really useful because now we can use all the softwares we have to measure the specific effort that we ask from the rider to do in a fresh state, in a fatigue state. We can prescribe exactly how many kilojoules we want to be done. So we can stimulate the race scenario, and then we can see if the rider will be able to perform, for example, a 5-minute effort on the same power as he did in a fatigue state as he did in a fresh state. So after that, if we do a test, then we can restructure his training or can modify his training, because now we know what it's needed to win in a really high level in the best race of the world. We know that, for example, you need to do 5 minutes in X watts per kilo after 4,500 kilojoules in order to win a World Tour race. So this is something that we can stimulate on training nowadays. That it wasn't possible to do it previously because we didn't have all this, as I said, all the softwares.
So how do you think about setting up the signposts for this? So if somebody has we'll come up with a really basic durability protocol like you gave the Italian coach back in the day, 20 minutes, 3,000 kilojoules, 20 minutes. If there's a deviation of X between the first test and the second test, do you start to get worried and say that's too big of a deviation? How big would X have to be for you to say, hey, this is a bit of a problem for us where we need to focus on it?
It depends on the rider. If we're talking about a classic rider or a GC rider, I'm always looking for a small margin of around 3-4%, maximum 5%. I have seen some riders that have performed better on the last effort.
Seriously?
So in fatigue state than fresh state, yes.
What's that? Just a special rider?
It was just a classic rider. So just to give you an example, we start the ride. We did the first hour with some openers, some sprints. Then we did the 4-minute all-out test. Then we spent the next 3 hours accumulating around 3,000 kilojoules. And then we did again the 4-minute test. And he did 5 watts more on the fatigue state than the previous.
What an absolute hero.
No, that was a good rider. So I was a happy coach that day.
Roadman, whether you're a weekend warrior or a world tour rider, the right tools can make all the difference. Enter 4i's Precision 3 Plus Powermeter, the latest innovation from 4i, designed to help you reach peak performance. The Precision 3 Plus Powermeter is a compact yet powerful unit. It weighs just 9 grams and it's packed with features that set it apart, including integration with Apple's Find My network, giving you the peace of mind by letting you track your power meter wherever it is. Plus, you've got up to 800 hours of battery life. We all know that accuracy is key, and 4i's delivers a groundbreaking plus or minus 1% accuracy thanks to their unique 3D strain gauge technology. For those seeking even more data, the Precision 3 Plus Pro Power Meter offers dual-sided power meter metrics, giving you detailed insights into pedaling efficiency, torque effectiveness, and left-right balance. 4i's offers versatile product options to suit your needs. Choose from ride-ready power meters with pre-installed units on Shimano cranks, or up for factory-installed power meter, where you send in your crankset for a custom installation. Ready to elevate your cycling game? Trust 4i's Precision 3 Plus Power Meter. Precision, performance, and peace of mind all in one. Learn more by visiting 4iiii.com. That's 4iiii.com. I'm going to put that in the description down below.